there, Creeksters! Mrs. Featherbottom here with a tutorial about grid drawing. I have taken a photo of myself, as you can see, and I have also printed a grid over my face, and I have also made a grid with the same number of boxes. I understand you've done the same. The first thing I want to do is number my boxes. It will help me keep things straight. I will know where my eyes go, and my nose and my hair will all be in the correct place. So I have numbered across the top 1 through 7, all the way across directly on my small paper. I have also done the same across my large paper, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 7. And I have also used letters down the side, so A through I, and I will do the same over here, A all the way to I. Why did I do that? It will help me keep organized because each box in my small picture is the same as a box in my big picture. And I need to do some estimating to find out where things belong. As you can see, A1 is right here and it is only background, so I don't need to do anything there. A2 is the same, and in A3 we begin to see some of my delightful head, so I can even trace the shape that I see, and I recommend you doing that. Please do not cross out your eyes or things as you get done, because then as you draw or change your mind about things, it is difficult to see. But an outline of the shapes is welcome. So in A3, I'm finding right here A1, 2, 3, and I'm looking at where that line starts and where it ends, only in the box of A3. It starts about 1/3 of the way into the box, and I'm going to make a little mark about 1/3 of the way into the box, which is right here, and I look at where it ends. It is about, there's 1/2 of that box, so it's maybe again 1/3 of the way into the corner of the box, about right there. And when I look at the shape, it is curved and a little bit flat on top. So I start here and I curve it up and maybe a little flat on top. Now I know where I am starting for my next box. I start here and then it goes up and curves over again, like so. So I'm looking at where does that shape end in my box A4, and it is about halfway down, and halfway is perhaps about right there. All of this is about measuring and estimating. I'm going to start, I know that shape of the top of my head starts here, and it quickly curves up and then over, and of course it meets right at the halfway mark. So square by square, I continue this process. In A5, I can see that it ends directly in the corner of the boxes. So down here is where I want to end, and it curves up a little bit before it curves down. Now, if I decide that it looks maybe a little more lumpy in my drawing than it does in the picture, I can certainly make adjustments. Maybe this is a little more even, and I can erase what I would like to change. But the idea of using the grid is to help you estimate and make sure things are in the proper places. Let's do something a little more complicated, such as my beak. It may be difficult for you to see, but my beak actually ends outside of the grid, and this may happen to you. So if it does, you may cross it off that may be helpful to you to remember not to draw that area. But I'm going to start with the bottom of my beak that's in the grid, and I see that it is an I, 1, 2, 3. So I will find I on my big paper and go 1, 2, 3, and I know it starts here. It is almost in the corner that you see the edge of my marvelous beak, and it curves up and maybe out a little bit, and it ends a little ways from the corner, maybe 1/4 of the way from that corner. So perhaps maybe right there. And it's pretty straight, and it curves out slightly like so. I'm going to continue my beak in the square above, and it goes out and then in ever so slightly. So I would say it goes up, out slightly, bring it back in a little bit, and I can double check and see how it looks as far as the whole grid. Here we have a continuation, but G3, this box right here, gets a little more complicated. In fact, I'm going to trace the edge of my beak because it becomes easier to see. You are encouraged to do the same. I'm looking at in that box where the beak shape ends, and it appears to be about halfway through the grid, the box, excuse me. So I will curve it up and over like so, and I'm beginning to see the beak shape form. I can also start completing the beak on the other side. It is an I5 that I continue this beak, and it's almost in the corner, and through this box it goes about halfway through, and I see that it's a slightly curved shape, and I can slightly curve it like so. It continues up through here, and it's a little bit to the right of halfway through. So if half is here, to the right halfway through is about there. And I will go up and up. Many people wonder, where do you start drawing? There is no one accurate place. Some prefer to draw with the complicated things, such as an eye or a nose. Others prefer to get the outside of the face done first. I have failed to mention that you must keep this a coloring book outline. Do not fill anything in. Your delightful teacher, Ms. Klein, will be showing you how you can fill it in with several different options. So keep that in mind. It's like a coloring book outline. I'm continuing the beak, as you can see, and it goes up into this new area. Continue this method, box by box, and you will be pleased with the result. I shall skip ahead to something more complicated, and I'm looking at this outline of my eye. I'm going to trace, here's my little cute little feather, and I'm looking at the shape around the outside of my eye. So if I want to figure out where that eye belongs, I will look at my grid to figure out which box. D2 is where the corner of my eye goes. So if I look at D2, it's kind of in the middle, a little bit to the left side of the box. I am also going to show where the other corner is, and it appears that corner is in E, 1, 2, 3, 4, right in the corner. E, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is right here. And the outline goes, about 1/3 of the way into the box. Maybe, perhaps, this high. And where does it go into this E3 box? It looks like the bottom of the eye is about there. Now I know where it belongs, and I can trace that shape to figure out the shape that I need. The outline looks something like this. And it kind of peaks in the corner, and it goes wide and curves down. These are all estimations, so I got pretty close to my line and I can make adjustments from there. It looks quite close, and I can see this feather right in front taking this shape, so I will add that detail in and make adjustments as needed. The inner part of my eye would be my next step, and I will go from there. I will show you the end result, and I would like you all to enjoy this wonderful process of grid drawing. Best of luck!